to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe that you can stand on your own, that you don't need these people. We all need people, but I don't believe that you die without a person or people. People can live and make new friends and new family. It hurts like hell, but they can do it. I know because I'm doing it.
Right.
I didn't die.
This passage is essentially philosophy. Next stop we pray will be next stop we say.
So you find yourself somewhere within some bind, paint itself in some corner of some life, forgotten time, all pain does dry. Raise your eyes, at once embrace the naked sky. As we lose angry blue to cool moonlight,
'cause I have got to give it up to the fact that life is bigger than I ever could wrap my head around. Just when you think you know, you get a little older, find that you have no clues. A tap on your shoulder, it's a great big world, gonna chew you up, spit you out. You come back humble, gonna make you laugh, gonna make you cry. Step outside, life is bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Oh, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Watching the skies, waiting for God to arrive. Heads in the sand and our hopes in the clouds. Faithful for all we've been told. Angels of death will rain fire on the streets, killing everyone who doesn't believe. Afraid of the sky since the day we were born. Time is running out, waiting for the end of the world, waiting for the end of the world, waiting for the end of the world.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
celebrate Christmas.
Часто слышишь истории про то, как кто-то, чей-то друг или родственник ушел к свидетелям Иеговы, отдал все, что имел, переписал на них квартиру.
You guys travel in pairs around my neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure you guys like multiple marry, you know, polygamy.
האמת שאני לא יודע כל כך הרבה. אני יודע שזה כת נוצרית שמטיפה ומנסה להפיץ בעצם את המסר שלה בצורה די אגרסיבית. זה הכל.
Michael's 11-year-old daughter, Paris, made her first public appearance since her tearful proclamation of love for her father at his memorial. Clutching a songbook, Sing Praises to Jehovah, she arrived with her two brothers and Nanny Grace to Kingdom Hall in Los Angeles. It's a Jehovah Witness Center. Their guardian and grandmother, Catherine Jackson, is a devout follower of the religion.
Now, the Jehovah's Witnesses say the end is near and have started holding public lectures on how to survive the end of the world. Now, they say that disasters, disease, crimes, and war spell the end of days. Now, Sherry, I turn to you because
as a Jehovah's Witness,
because you are a former Jehovah's Witness. And explain some of this to us because it sounds a little out there.
Well, this is something that this is not anything new that Jehovah's Witnesses have been talking about. There were always assemblies, which is what they were called, and we would go to the assemblies and they would talk about the last days, which in the Bible, in like Matthew, it talks about the sign of the times. There'll be wars, you know, the kids won't care about their parents, people will be lovers of themselves, and these are things that foretell the end of the time as we know it.
You tell me tweet is in the Jehovah's Witness Bible?
Tweeting is
yes.
in the Jehovah's
Witness? Is that the sign? One of the signs that the end is there?
Did your non-returnable outgoings for the first half of the year... Ah, thank Christ. Yes?
Hello, we were wondering if we could talk to you about Jesus.
Great, come in!
What?
I'd love to hear about Jesus. What's he up to now? Come on in, come on.
Are you sure?
Yes, in, come in.
It's a trick! It's just, generally, people don't say yes.
Well, I'm not people. Come on in, let's talk beliefs. Come in. Grab a pew. Right, let's go.
Well, to be honest, we've never actually thought this far ahead. It's nice in here. Indoors.
I remember when I was little and I lived in Brooklyn with my parents and the doorbell would ring on like a weekend morning and I would say, oh, who's at the door? And my mom would say, it's Jehovah's Witnesses. And the thing I always just like wondered was, since they were called Jehovah's Witnesses, I just wondered like, what did they witness?
Do you feel like people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses can understand how you feel about all of this?
No.
Why?
Because I don't tell them what actually happened to me. Happens what I did to myself. Everybody, I was raised strict Methodist, blah, blah, blah. And you're sitting there going, no, you do not understand. You do not understand. And then finally, it's really embarrassing. But you have to tell them, no, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I was 20 years old before I had anything to do with anyone that was not a witness. Ever. Guess what? I landed on this planet 8 years ago. But they don't accept that. They don't seem to ever accept the fact that it's that extraordinary That it's that strange and that disconnected from reality. In some ways, I wish I had it tattooed on my forehead. You are dealing with someone who is from a whole different country, planet, language, culture.
I think that unless you came from a very strict fundamentalist religion, you will never understand. It's just such a foreign concept. I think especially in countries that are very liberal with religion, it's a foreign concept. They don't understand to be in such constrained, controlling, structured religion. They don't understand that. Maybe if you talk to a regular person who wasn't a JW, maybe in another country, they will understand. A regular, average American who just grew up Catholic or Protestant and they're not so fervent in their religion, they cannot relate. They don't understand. It's just a foreign concept to them, and it's hard.
I was born and raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I was baptized in 1987. This July, it would be 20 years. It's all I ever knew. My family's been in this religion for 4 generations, including myself. My son would be the 5th generation. So there was a lot of involvement. I have many fond memories of many members of the religion. My growing up was, every event in my life was wrapped around it. If you're living the life of a Christian as described by the religion, your involvement with the community should be rather limited. Your recreational time should be spent with Jehovah's Witnesses. You're seeing Jehovah's Witnesses 3 times a week in 5 meetings. You're involved in the preaching activity. Yes, you need to go to work and make a living. If you're young, you're a student and you're at school. But even much admonition is given not to associate with, as the term is used, worldly people that are workmates or classmates. Effectively then, your whole social structure, everything you have, all the friends that you have are Jehovah's Witnesses.
When I was a child, just about 9 years old, Jehovah's Witnesses recruited my family. The organization, the Watchtower, refers to itself as the truth. Well, when my family received baptism into the Watchtower organization, we were symbolically signing a contract to follow 100% of the Watchtower's rules. And basically our human experiences prior to that time, or our truth, was thrown out the window. Soon after studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, our family isolated themselves. And true, it wasn't in a commune, but they isolated themselves emotionally and psychologically. We were told to avoid association with non-believers, even relatives, and forbidden to read anything critical of the organization. Groupthink was rapidly employed, and groupthink is when members of a group basically impose peer pressure on those that have questions or concerns in order to please those who are in charge. For nearly a decade, my truth, my experiences with this organization nearly suffocated me. It felt like the Watchtower leaders were holding a pillow over my face, letting in just enough air so that I wouldn't die. To me, the oppression felt crippling and extremely torturous. And my rage and my frustration escalated with every passing day.
Wait or stay. Say you hate a girl. You missed out wanting him to know. You missed out wanting the real to know. Felt a little pain, and I'd be known. Wait or stay. I had to close my eyes. There was a fire at the warehouse. They're always waiting for a thing like this. Came driving from all over town for you. Little star. For you, little star.
It's supposed that those decisions are arrived at by means of God's Holy Spirit.
The Bible's use of Holy Spirit indicates that it is a controlled force that Jehovah God uses to accomplish a variety of his purposes. To a certain extent, it can be likened to electricity, a force that can be adapted to perform a great variety of operations. God uses his Spirit to enlighten those who serve him. There must be agreement among all true Christians, a unified message. If people are to hear what is correct, put genuine faith in the true God, and call upon Jehovah's name with the prospects of being saved. Moreover, one Spirit-directed organization must be used in connection with sending forth those truthful preachers of the good news. To show our love for God, we need to know specifically what he expects of us. Jehovah has a people on this earth, and he expects us to serve along with them. We must serve Jehovah with his Spirit-directed organization. The magazine you are reading is the official journal of the Watchtower Society. The policy of this society rests on 4 basic premises. 1, that there is a supreme being, the creator of heaven and earth, whose name is Jehovah God. 2, that the Bible is his inspired, infallible word. 3, that God has ever had a channel or means of communicating between himself and man.
That you made how we wither in the shade of your tree.
that today the Watchtower Society is being used as a legal servant by God's channel.
God give us love in the time that we have.
estaba bien. Estábamos jugando con una pista de carreras. Pero luego Max empezó a pegarle a Iván. Iván salió corriendo para su cuarto y Max lo siguió. Luego se oyeron ruidos. Max salió y todo estaba quieto. Max salió y todo estaba quieto hasta que
Los hechos de aquella noche siguen siendo un misterio para mí.
Después de aquella noche, no volví a hablar español. Hasta ahora.
Everybody's free. Everybody's free. but I've been waiting to be there for you. And I'll be there just helping you out whenever I can. Everybody's free. Everybody's free. Oh, yeah, yeah. Everybody's free. Everybody's free. Oh, yeah. To feel good. Oh, to feel good. Oh, to feel good.
I was speaking to a practicing clinical psychologist about the people that I was not able to show in this project, that to have appear on film, and my concerns for those people. The concerns are twofold. One is that those people suffer alone in silence, which is very painful. The second one is that they may have very strong feelings that they do not realize are shared by other people because of the extreme nature of the feelings. For example, one of the people I spoke to told me that they had wanted to die, they wanted to commit suicide, but they wanted it to not be known that it was suicide. They wanted to hide the fact, secret suicide, just make it look like they died. This is something that I actually felt myself when I was going through the process of leaving Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was able to tell this person, but then I realized that there may be people out there that have these feelings that don't realize that they are shared by other people. The psychologist told me that in the LGBT community, which is the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered community, researchers had developed what is called a model of coming out that helped these people in their healing process to realize that they were not alone in some of the very painful and strong feelings that they were dealing with. So I thought it was great that I could look at this research for inspiration, and at the psychologist's suggestion, try to develop what I term right now as a model of healing, which is using the experiences that I've had myself and other people to try to find a way to help others who are dealing with these same kind of issues know, first of all, that they're not alone, and that there is a way to get better. And when I look at old footage from when I first started this project, healing was something that was very important to me.
I'm not doing it to be negative, I'm doing it to tell people they can't imagine it. Jehovah's Witnesses or not, I mean, a lot of people are stuck in a lot of things. And they need to see that, you know, even in an extreme situation, you can move on. You know? So that's what I want to give. You know, here I am, and I'm fortunate enough to be strong. And I'm here and saying, if it kills me, I'm going to be strong so that you can be strong. You know, and I hope it doesn't kill me because I need to be around. And then you can be strong, and then you can help the next person. And you know, the few voices can make a difference.
So the first point that I looked through my old footage, and I remembered that there was a clip where I talked about the word pristine, and it's actually been a very important way that I've survived through a lot of the things that happened to me. When the situation happened with Ivan, I didn't speak for 2 years, and my parents never really took me to a psychologist to receive treatment. So I had to find a way to deal with these kind of issues on my own. I remember being very young around that time, feeling terrible, and thinking that I wasn't going to survive. And New Mexico has these great sunsets, and they're very beautiful, very bright red. And I remember that image being very clear in my head, and it making me feel good and making me feel like there was a place inside of me that was like this, that was untouched by everything that was going on around me. And I was very young, like 6, and yet I identified this place. And I would say that for the past 30 years or so since I've identified this place, that is where I go to survive. And I was intrigued later to find out, actually at a Jehovah's Witness meeting, about a researcher, Viktor Frankl, who survived the Holocaust. And while he was in prison, he had the same kind of moment where he realized that there has to be a place inside of a person that is untouched by all of the bad things that happen around them. It is something that I talked about in my therapy footage. And I actually talked about one film, Joe versus the Volcano, where they talk about a place that is untouched by man. And I talked about this in my footage.
That word pristine I was talking about before, it's been popping in my head a lot about myself. It's, you know, it's in this movie, Joe versus the Volcano. They keep saying it's funniest movie, but very profound as far as I'm concerned. They keep saying this line, you know, where do you want to go? And the answer is away from the things of man.
I wonder where we'll end up.
Hell, away from the things of man, my love. Away from the things of man.
And to me, that's pristine. That's this idea that people need to have, is untouched by man. There has to be a place that you can go mentally, in your heart, in your mind, that's untouched by us, because we suck. Because we don't know what we're doing. And all we do is destroy. Not even intentionally. We're so dumb that we do things that we think are good and they still end up destroying everything. So, you know, there needs to be a place that is untouched by us and everything that we're unaware of in life.
So as the first point for the model of healing, what I would say is for a person to look inside and look for that place that I believe exists in everyone that no one can get to, including man or God. A place that is pure and innocent, untouched by others, a place that you can go to for safety. And that's a place you can find shelter, and a place you can also grow. And I believe that's the first step in healing from overcoming the kind of feelings, the kind of guilt, the kind of pain that you have to overcome when you grow up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, or when you spend a certain amount of time with them and then have to give everything that you know up and start over again.